Hi everyone. My toddler sort of took over my regular filming spot and she's really happy right now. So I'm just gonna film in my kitchen and show you guys some books that I got in the month of February. I have a nice little stack here. I'm not including my library books that I got. I think I'll just talk about those in my wrap up for February. But I think, what is it? Let me look at my calendar. Tomorrow is the last day of February because it's leap year. So that makes me a little excited because I feel like I have one more day to read and possibly finish another book for the month of February. But that aside, I'm going to show you all some books that I recently purchased. I just got 2 more in the mail today. And so that kind of inspired me to do a book haul since I have a nice little stack here. But let me just get into these and show you what I got. All right, the first one I'm going to show you is Cam Girl by Isa Mazet or Mazee or Isa Mazet. Isa Mazee. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. This is a book that I just purchased last night. I went out with a friend and went out to eat and we went to the local bookstore. So I paid full price for this one. It's the only one I did and it hurts me a little bit. Anyways, this one caught my attention, just the cover. I knew I had to pick it up and read it. Very attractive cover. But this is a memoir about a woman who is, I guess she was in college. She had racked up some debt and, she was just struggling to pay bills. And she decided to capitalize, I guess, on her body and how it's already being viewed as this sexual, I don't know, object. I want to say object because I don't know if she first had a problem with maybe being objectified, but she decided to capitalize on how people viewed her anyways and was like, well, I'm just going to do some sex work and be a cam girl and make big bucks off of it. And this is her memoir, I guess, into that journey to being a cam girl. And I'm just really excited to pick this up and read it. I might have to read it next once I finish my current book that I'm reading. Now, the next book that I have, I actually just got this morning in the mail. And that is The Only Girl in the World. It's another memoir, and it's by Maud Julian. I ordered this one off of Thrift Book, so, it's a little beat up. I don't care. I didn't pay full price. But this one's a memoir about a woman who grows up with parents who basically, they sound abusive because it says they believed it was their sacred duty to turn her into the ultimate survivor. So they... on the back here, it even says like they would make her hold an electric fence one time and she wasn't allowed to flinch or show any emotion. So, definitely more than just turning your kid into a survivor or a survivalist. They just sound really abusive. So she's growing up in like this really paranoid world that her parents have created for her. But I think a stranger comes along at some point or an outsider and kind of, I don't know if they show her a different way to be, or it's kind of like her escape moment or escape route. It shows her a window into a whole nother world, a more regular life, I guess. And I think she escapes from her parents, who sounds like they've really isolated her and tried to make her a really paranoid person like they are. It just sounds fascinating and I'm really excited to get into it. I have so many books I have to read. I don't have to read. I want to read them, but I feel this pressure to I want to read them all. And deciding what to read next is just the hardest thing for me. The next book that I got from Thrift Books this morning, I only ordered 2. I held back a little, was Bunny by Mona Awad. And you can tell it's an ex-library copy. This one's been on my, reflections. Terrible. This one's been on my to-read list for several months now. I originally saw this on Books in Lala's channel and she was raving about it, and it's not one I would usually pick up, but this one is about a girl, from what I understand, a girl who is in college, and at first she's not part of this friend group. She knows of these girls who seem to be like in a weird cultish friendship together, and she just thinks they're weird. And then at some point, I guess she gets invited to be part of their group, and they do really weird, dangerous things together. I'm trying to remember what genre this book is, and I can't. It almost sounds like it's a little bit magical. I think it's a little magical, and they do like sinister magic things together. And do they turn people into bunnies? I don't know. And now I can't remember. I just remembered that when I heard Books and Lala raving about it and talking about it, it sounded really intriguing, and I think it's supposed to be pretty dark and weird. Sorry for the reflection, guys. I don't know. It sounds like something that I might want to give a try, because I like bad and dark, weird. Yeah, I don't know. I like weird stuff. It depends on the type of weirdness. I like dark books. I think anyone that's been watching my channel for a while likes or knows that I like getting into some dark stuff, which kind of like always makes me question, you know, my sanity a little bit, because side note, I share that with some friends sometimes, and they don't seem to be able to relate at all to my taste and some things I like to listen to and watch and read. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with me. All right, so the next little stack I have here, I ordered 4 books from Book Outlet. I love Book Outlet, and I think they had a deal like last week or something where you buy 2, get a 3rd free or something like that. And it had been maybe a month since I ordered from Book Outlet, so it was time for another order. Let's see, I'll show you this one first. Get these out of the way first. I ordered Human Body Theater by Maris Wicks, and this is a nonfiction graphic novel about the human body. And I get, maybe it says theater, so maybe it's kind of like the little body parts are putting on a play, but I ordered this to read with my kids. I've heard about it on like homeschool channels and stuff, and this just sounds like it's going to be a really good book. Look at this. I flipped to the poop. I'm telling you guys, somehow I always manage, like when I'm showing you guys graphic novels and stuff, I seem to flip to the stranger pages for some reason. So you guys get to see nice, really graphic flashes of what's going on in the book. I think this is going to be really cute and fun. I've heard good things. I think my kids are going to enjoy it whenever we get around to doing human body stuff. The next book that I ordered to share with my kids was Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is a book, it's a classic that I've never read before, and I know it's really big right now because of the movie, and I've seen the trailer for the movie, and I want to see it really bad, but I think I need to read the book first. I've heard great things about the book, so I'm going to try to read this as a read aloud with my kids. I've heard that it can be read aloud. It can be, though, for more advanced children, not advanced children, but like if you're going to read it to kids, a mature 9-year-old, say for example, would probably get more out of this, is like the youngest you can go. This has really small text, but I just know this is a classic about 4 women, and they do stuff, and it's like back in time whenever women couldn't do as much stuff. That's the synopsis I can give you for Little Women. I can't even remember what it's about, except it's supposed to be really good. Let's see. The next book that I ordered from Book Outlet was The Virgin Cure by Amy McKay. And this is the same author that wrote The Birth House. I think I covered this in last month's wrap up, and I loved it. So I ordered The Virgin Cure, and this is supposed to be about, 1871 is the year. And there's a girl who finds herself, I'm not quite sure how, but she finds herself basically in like a brothel, but it's the kind where they train or have young girls, basically virgins, in a special brothel just for them, because during this time period, and wherever this takes place, Manhattan, there are men who will pay a really high price to have sex with virgins because they think like it'll cure stuff or something like that. It'll cure ailments. Let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, they believe that deflowering a young girl can heal the incurable and the tainted. And it says Moth, which is the main character's name, knows that the law will not protect her and polite society ignores her, but still she dreams of answering to no one but herself regardless of the cost. So this sounds like it could be pretty intense. I loved her last book that I read, so I'm pretty excited to get into this. And I think someone also recommended it on that last video that I made. Said I should check out The Virgin Cure, so I bought it. I'm excited to read it. Now the last one, this is kind of funny. Last book that I got from Book Outlet was The One Man by Andrew Gross. And to be honest with you, apparently it's a signed copy. And let's just say Andrew's signature looks like a heartbeat that did a little dance at the end. Just saying, looks a little strange. This one, when I opened my box, I do not remember ordering this book. I remember wanting to order a book called The One, and somehow I ended up with The One Man. And when I went back and looked on Book Outlet, they didn't even have The One, which is the title of the book that I was trying to get. So I ended up with The One Man. So yeah, I ended up with this book that I didn't want, but I still might read it and give it a chance. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. This book, from what I read, it's a World War II historical fiction, which I haven't read in a while. I haven't read a World War II historical fiction in a while. But this is about a man who it's in Poland. He's in Poland and he gets caught trying to flee Paris with some forged papers, and he ends up in a concentration camp. And then across the pond in the United States, there's a man, I'm just going to like skim the synopsis here, who is a lieutenant in intelligence and the military, and he decodes messages from Poland. He actually escaped Krakow, the Krakow ghetto, as a teenager, and he receives basically an order to do this super secret hard task where he's trying to help someone escape, I think, from a concentration camp. Let me look at this again. Oh, he's trying to sneak into the most guarded place on earth, which is, what is it? What's the most guarded place on earth? It's not telling me. So it must, I don't know. I could probably Google it because, again, this is historical fiction. It sounds interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's just not what I thought I ordered. I don't even remember ordering this. It's so strange. But yeah, I'll give it a shot. I don't know if I'll get to it in March, but I'll read it. I'm not opposed to it. But these are the books that I collected in the month of February, not including the library books. Pretty happy with my little haul here. Let's see, how many did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not bad. If I tried really hard, I could read one a day and get them all done in a week. That probably won't happen, but you know, it would be fun to try to do, maybe if I didn't have children or animals or life at all. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll be back soon, hopefully, with a wrap up of February. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back soon with that wrap up. And hopefully I'll see you all again, I should, really soon.